The other sort of wild card here, Carmen, is as we come out of this, how many companies are rethinking their supply chain to do more closer to home, and also a more nationalistic bent, keeping and hoarding more stuff just in case something happens like that again. Can you model that out for me and what the broader impact to global growth will be if that's the track we go on?
Well, look, without being melodramatic, I've said, COVID-19 is like the last nail in the coffin of globalization. We've had, the 2008-2009 crisis gave globalization a big hit, as did Brexit, as did the U.S.-China trade war. But COVID is taking it to a new level. And I do think you're right that we are going to see much more inward tendencies, and that will be a factor that I think will slow down overall global growth. I think it will be particularly damaging for developing countries as opposed to advanced. I don't think anybody benefits from that, but I think, for countries that have smaller, less wealthy domestic markets, and much more of their growth comes from outward orientation. I am concerned that, just as we've had globalization before. The 19th century and the run-up to World War I was an era of very high globalization, given technology limitations of the day. But World War I, then the Depression, then World War II basically left us with the Bretton Woods era, in which you had capital controls, you had very limited trade relative to, half a century before. I'm not saying, again, I don't want to be melodramatic that's, we're going full-fledged in that direction, but that is the tilt. Because I think COVID, has left countries feeling that they need to be self-reliant in a way we hadn't seen before in a long time.
To follow on that, the markets are now starting to take seriously the idea that this trade war with China is coming back. What impact would that have in a time when we're already trying to recover here?
It's very, very negative impact. Historical parallels are seldom, very seldom exact, but, Smoot-Hawley tariff surge came at the most inopportune moment, and we would be seeing that. Remember that even without a new trade war, the WTO is saying world trade is going to be down anywhere between 13 and 32% this year. The last time, and this is in the book, this time is different. The last time we had anything like that, you have to go back precisely to the Depression, where we had that kind of collapse in a single year of trade. So again, I think that the repercussions would be the greatest for those countries that are most export dependent, but the shadow it casts is across the board. And it's also not just, a north-south, advanced emerging issue. Within Europe, it's become also extremely contentious. This is a currency union in which, trade integration was an integral part of it. And we're seeing, a real challenge to that at the moment.